Christian, we're, of course, thrilled to have you. How are you fresh off your 1-2 finish in Belgium?
Yeah, all good. The last race before the summer shutdown, so it's the last few days in the factory, and then I think a well-earned 2-week break for everybody.
Yeah, I think that's safe to say. Two things have become common occurrences for your team this season: breaking records and lately breaking trophies.
Yeah.
What on earth is going on there, and how do you solve this moving forward?
Well, technically, Budapest wasn't our fault. Lando Norris broke that beautiful piece of porcelain trophy that took about 6 months to make. So we now have a collection of bits in our trophy cabinet. And then, unfortunately, a repeat with some damage to the constructors' trophy at the weekend. But Lando Norris wasn't involved in that one. So, but that one can be repaired.
Does a bill get sent to McLaren there, Christian, for that, or do you guys just are you going to leave it as it is? Yeah,
absolutely. They get the bill for that one. So, so we'll see. I mean, it's a beautiful trophy. I mean, it's a great piece of porcelain, and unfortunately, we allow all the staff members to have their picture taken with the trophy after a race win, and it's not a great picture with some bits of porcelain.
I feel like Lando should have to spend his 2-week break gluing it all back together.
Yes, he should be. You have that challenge.
And Christian, I mean, you've collected so many of them this season, and that's been really the story of the year: records breaking, trophies, and stuff. But just going back to February, did you have any idea at that point of how good the season was going to be? You were clearly confident coming into the season, but for it to have been like this must be just so surprising for you.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we could have never even imagined in your wildest dreams to think that we're heading into the summer break unbeaten in both Grand Prix and sprint races. I mean, in February, we knew we had a good car, but we expected Ferrari to build on last year. We expected Mercedes to be there also. And so, it completely took us by surprise just how competitive we were compared to our opponents.
Christian, was there a moment in testing where you and Adrian and maybe Helmut all looked at each other and you thought, wow, we've got a kind of McLaren 1988 situation on our hands where we can go and dominate this season?
I don't think any of us thought that the car that we had was actually as potent as that. We could see from the race runs that we looked competitive. The Aston looked like it was the closest to us, and the Mercedes didn't look in great shape. They'd pioneered on with their concept, so we could only really tell our own performance. And of course, having been at Bahrain the previous year and lost out with a reliability issue, we were determined to put that right, this year.
Everyone on the outside, I feel like, is just so focused on the perfect season. You could ask that question every single weekend. Can you win every weekend? Can you win every single race from here on out? How do you personally stay focused and keep your team focused on just the here and now?
I think that's what you've got to be. You've got to be in the here and now, and every session, every qualifying, every race, just take one at a time. And that's been our approach, and that's been our mantra so far this year. And that's what we'll do after the summer break. There's so many things and variables that can go wrong. It's just that focusing on the things that you can control, reacting to the conditions, making sure that we're reliable, and as competitive as we can possibly be with the car.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube, and for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app, and for premium content plus live streaming, make sure to subscribe to ESPN Player.